Hello Wheel Watchers, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about episodes of Wheel of Fortune from this season. I've been getting so many requests to break this one down, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. We had some incredible solves, some truly baffling puzzle choices, and a bonus round that had me on the edge of my seat. So grab your popcorn, get comfortable, and let's spin into the action. We kicked off the night with our three contestants: Sarah, a high school teacher from Ohio; Mark, a retired firefighter from California; and Jessica, a graphic designer from Florida. Right from the introductions, you could feel the energy in the studio. Pat was in top form, exchanging some great banter with the contestants, especially Mark, who shared a hilarious story about a firehouse prank gone wrong. Vanna was looking absolutely stunning as always, gliding across the board. You just knew it was going to be a good night. The first toss-up puzzle was under the category, "What are you doing?" The letters started popping up, and almost instantly Sarah buzzed in with solving the puzzle. And just like that, she was on the board with a quick $1,000 in the first spin of the game. Talk about setting the tone. She landed on a respectable $700 and called a tee, which gave her two of them. She was off to a great start, building a nice little bank right out of the gate. The puzzle was a thing, and the early letters suggested it could be tricky. Now let's talk about the first main round. The category was same letter. This is always a fun one. Sarah, still in control, kept spinning. She hit the express wedge, which is always a high-risk, high-reward moment. She had a good amount of money, over $3,000, and a few key consonants on the board. The crowd was shouting, "Go for it!" But she decided to play it safe and just solve. The answer was beautiful bouquets and balloons, a smart, conservative play that put her in a commanding lead early on. Mark and Jessica were still waiting for their chance to get in the game. The second round brought us the mystery wedge in the category food and drink. Mark finally got his first spin. What a spin it was. He landed right on the mystery wedge. He called an N, and there were three of them. The big question: flip the wedge or take the guaranteed $3,000. He looked over at his family in the audience, took a deep breath, and decided to risk it. The crowd went wild. Pat flipped the wedge, and it was the $10,000. What a moment. The whole dynamic of the game just shifted. Mark was now in the driver's seat, and he expertly solved the puzzle. Freshly squeezed orange juice. Just like that, he went from 0 to hero. The prize puzzle round is always a highlight, and this one was no exception. The category was on the map. Jessica, who had been patiently waiting, finally got some momentum. She strung together a few successful spins, picking up the wild card along the way. She carefully bought some vowels, and the puzzle started to reveal itself. It was clearly a location. With a confident smile, she solved the beautiful Bahamas. Not only did she win the cash from the round, but she also won a fabulous trip to, you guessed it, the Bahamas. She was so excited, and you could see the relief and joy on her face. Now it was a real three-way race. Going into the final rounds before the bonus, the scores were incredibly close. Mark had a slight lead, but Sarah and Jessica were right on his heels. The pressure was definitely mounting. The third toss-up, Fun and Games, was snagged by Sarah with playing hide-and-seek. Putting her back in the lead by just a few $100s, it was anyone's game. The next puzzle was a phrase, and it turned into a real back-and-forth battle. Letters were flying, but the solution was elusive. Then Mark hit a bankrupt, losing his $10,000 lead from the mystery wedge. You could hear the collective gasp from the audience. It was a brutal hit, and you have to feel for him. That bankrupt opened the door for Jessica. She took control of the wheel and didn't let go. She played cautiously, but effectively, filling in the remaining letters. With the puzzle laid bare, she solved You Read My Mind. This crucial solve catapulted her into first place right before the final spin. Pat's final spin landed on the $5,000 wedge, adding even more drama to the last puzzle. Each consonant was now worth $6,000. The category was living thing. Sarah called a D, and there it was. One letter, $6,000. She solved a dancing dolphin, and in a stunning comeback, managed to clinch the win by the slimmest of margins. It was an incredible finish to the main game. What a roller coaster of emotions. So, Sarah, our comeback queen, headed to the bonus round with over $22,000 in cash and prizes. She seemed a little overwhelmed, but completely ecstatic. She gave the wheel a powerful spin and landed on the A in Americas. Pat handed her the envelope, and it was time for the final challenge. The category was What Are You Doing? A fitting end, considering how she started the show. The classic RSDL and E were revealed, giving her a G at the end and an I. The puzzle was 2 words. She chose her additional letters, C, D, M, and O. The O was a great choice, giving her another vowel. The C and M also appeared. Dumb. The board now showed a pretty solid foundation. She had 10 seconds. The clock started ticking. The puzzle was underscore underscore CKINGO __M. She stared intently at the board. Packing, she said. Picking, ... Picking on me? No, that wasn't it. Kicking, ... Double quotes, the buzzer sounded. Time was up. Pat walked over and revealed the answer. Kicking off mud. Oh, so close. It was a tough one. Pat opened the envelope to show what she'd missed out on. It was the $100,000. It's a tough break for such a deserving champion, but she was still all smiles. She played a fantastic game and walked away as a big winner. What an episode. From the $10,000 mystery wedge win to the devastating bankrupt, the thrilling prize puzzle, and that nail-biting finish. This episode truly had everything a Wheel of Fortune fan could ask for. Huge congratulations to Sarah, and a big round of applause for Mark and Jessica, who were both amazing competitors. What was your favorite moment from the show? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for tuning in and breaking down this episode with me. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until next time, keep watching.